Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. My face is a little bit undone. I'm halfway through and I'm looking a bit vampiric. So not that that's a bad thing, but what I want to do is try some of the new e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blushes. These look, I love liquid blushes anyway. I love e.l.f. So now, I did receive these in PR, so they were gifted to me. Doesn't mean I have to like them. So let's do it. Just before we get into it, do consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and I forgot to put foundation here. And I just wanted to do this before I do any kind of powder, any kind of anything else, because I just want to see how it sits on the skin. I have 4 shades I'm going to use here. I took one out of the box already and tested it on my hand. Suave Mauve, or whatever you want to call it. We have Coming In Hot Pink. Ooh. Bronze Bombshell and Coral Crush, which looks absolutely beautiful. So these are super affordable. They retail at about $7, £7. It says on their website that they are ultra long lasting, ultra pigmented, so that's good both ways. Let's be careful how much we use. With a dewy finish, there's a good shade range there, and it says it's good for all skin types as well. The applicator is, I've never seen an applicator like it. It's kind of like round. Yeah, it's kind of like round, domed, but also slanted. They also sent the liquid blush brush, which is this one. This is £5, $5, and it's slightly angled like this way for like this application rather than like the angled blush brush. This is going to be more of a packing on situation. Let's just do it. Let's start with Suave Mauve, and I want to be very cautious considering I'm just going to do that because I'm scared. Considering my experience with cream blush before, that's already very pigmented. I'm gonna keep this because I want to try another color down here. So let's keep this right up here. Oh, that blends beautifully. Okay, I think I can definitely do a little bit more than that. That was me being too cautious. Is that too much now? No, I'm scared again. Well, it says it's buildable, so let's test out the buildability. I'm currently wearing a matte foundation. Just so you know, I've got no powder on or anything like that. It's just a foundation. Really nice. That blends really nice. And it's also super easy to kind of fade it out into the skin. I like that. I like that a lot. Should we see how intense we can get it? Let's do 2 more dots and we won't blend it out too far. Yeah, you can definitely get a lot of pigment from this, a lot of pigment. Okay. Yeah, my God. Okay, yeah, you can definitely take it too far. Let's try it. I want to try the Coming In Hot Pink. Let's put that like here. I feel like that might be too much. I've done it. I've really gone and done it. Okay. Wow. Holy crap. Okay. Jeez. So that was 2 dots of just that pink. I'm gonna have to go with my foundation brush. So maybe 1 dot of a more intense colors, like color might be more agreeable. I look very 80s, very 80s. It's a beautiful blush though. That is intensely pigmented. You can see a nice like divide between the colors, so they're definitely like different. Okay, let's try again on the other side. I do have a clean angle brush, so let's go in with the Bronze Bombshell as our first shade, and then we'll do the coral here. Lesson learned, let's try and use them properly together. So I'm gonna do like 2, maybe 3. That is. I probably should have done less. Let's take it around the whole face because it does seem to be more of a bronzy shade. So let's wrap it around a little bit. I really like that color though. That is nice. That's bronze, beautiful. Nice, very nice. Oh, I really like that actually. I could use that as bronzer if I just use the tiniest amount. That would be really beautiful. Let's try Coral Crush. This looks good. This looks really nice. You know it looks nice when you want to drink it, you know. That's fine. Okay, let's put one dot there. That's kind of 2 dots. On top of it itself. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, yes. I love an orangey coral. That fades in so nicely. Not around my beard. Look, that looks really nice. Hasn't interfered with my foundation. It actually looks really nice on the skin because it does have that slight shine, that nice glow to it. It doesn't look too like matte on my skin, so it's making my skin look nice and glowy, nice and healthy. Yeah, nice. I would definitely use them on a more controlled, what's the word? Like not so much. kind of basis, I think that'll probably be a bit better. But it looks really, really nice. This bronze would be beautiful round the whole face. As a bronzer, I think that'll be really, really stunning. The pinks and the corals, I can imagine these looking incredible on deeper skin tones. I know they're quite bright, but blended in really nice and given that flush of color, would look stunning. They will look so, so good. The brush is really nice as well. I like the angle that the brush gives. Instead of having to drag it up and down, I think you get a much better payoff and finish when you're tapping into the skin like this. What I might do a bit of concealer here. Let's use e.l.f. while we're doing e.l.f. Just so we can kind of like mute down the blush a little bit, because I have gone pretty crazy. I need to start listening when something says it's pigmented. Oh, and I also sent these complexion brushes as well, so I'm just going to use that to blend in my concealer. I was going to blend that like a little bit and let it sit for a moment, and we'll go back in and blend it properly in a minute. I'm going to take the other end of this brush and just tap over the join. Let's just do a bit of powder in the middle of the face here. Yeah, much better. Actually, can do with more. Okay, I definitely took the pink like way too far, but I'm okay. I'm okay with that. People are still talking about Barbie. It still feels Barbie, right? I had to jump in here very quickly. I just wanted to compare the texture of the Camo Liquid Blush to the Putty Blush, just so we can get an understanding of the difference in formula and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna remind myself of the texture of this blush just very quickly. So I'm just gonna apply some. Oh fuck, that's gonna be too much, isn't it? What, how did I not learn? I literally filmed this like a day ago. Okay. Also, these brushes clean up really nicely. This is the one that was like bright pink yesterday. So I'm just gonna apply this just so I kind of remember how it blends, the texture, everything like that. And then I just wanna apply the Putty blush. Feels a bit more controlled than I did the other day. Okay, nice. Okay, nice. Okay. Not necessarily a shade comparison, but just a texture comparison. Honestly, there's not much difference in application. I was thinking maybe the cream would be a little bit matter in comparison to the Putty blush, but it's not really. They have a very similar difference. What? They have a very similar finish. What I would say is perhaps I know some people out there with the Putty blush maybe find it doesn't sit as well on their skin, especially when they tend to have oilier cheeks. I know that's a thing. They sit great on me. I love the Putty fit. I think I said this already. I love the Putty bronzers and stuff like that. But I know for some people it tends to slide off. Maybe this would be better, the Camo Liquid Blush. Also looking at it now, like on camera, the Putty blush is perhaps slightly more, you have to build it up a little bit more to get the pigment that you would perhaps get for 1 or 2 dots of this. Yeah, so if you're looking for maybe something a little bit more natural that you don't want to have to work too much with, the Putty would be a good one. If you're looking for something that's like quick pigment, bam, the liquid is probably gonna be better for you. Okay, well, I would love to know your opinion on these down below. Have you tried them already? I think they're really, really, really nice. I do like e.l.f.'s cheek products, their bronzers, their blushes, their cream, everything. You can't really go wrong unless you make it super dry and horrible, to be honest with you. And for the price, it's a bargain. All right, let me know your opinions down below. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.